Greatest of all sufferings.
There's suffering, right? And most of us would like to avoid it. However, what exactly is this suffering, and is it avoidable to begin with? Let's take a moment to ponder. So there are indeed two types of suffering. One that is inherent and embedded in all things and unavoidable, and another arising from misconceptions that is quite avoidable. The unavoidable suffering we encounter on many planes of our existence. This physical body of ours, with all of its pains, aches, ailments and urges, is a source of suffering. No matter how well we may take care of it, it will still dish out a serving of suffering for us. Then, in our emotional being, we have our joys and sorrows, excitements and disappointments. They are a part of our living reality. Then, in your rational being, with all the conflicts you encounter, suffering and collisions there will be, unavoidably. Then your sense of identity, the egos you latch onto when your sense of self is challenged by the world, begins to crack at its seams. Now there is a suffering without a parallel. This existential anxiety, your compulsion to preserve your finite sense of self, is a claustrophobic torture chamber of some proportions. We are approaching the realm of suffering that is avoidable. Your physical being, it aches as it aches until you die. Your field of emotions bouncing positive and negative in diverse flavors as the environment makes you reflect. Your rational mind making sense of the world you encounter, there is a certain grind there. Your identity roles, the aggregations of your living experience, they too have a certain imperative for self-preservation. So that's all there, and those are the unavoidable sufferings. The avoidable suffering, the greatest of all sufferings, is overcome by dispelling your illusions and living in raw actuality, not clinging to a sense of permanence in a world where there is none, where all things are in constant change. When you allow for the natural passage of all things, you eliminate the suffering born from your attempts to freeze the flux of time. And when you yourself are flexible, a fluid self-construct, embracing and releasing as required, with that your self-born suffering itself is released and eliminated. Then in short, there is unavoidable suffering inherent to the different planes of your being. Embrace those as a matter of your evolutionary catalysts. Then avoidable suffering born of your clinging to deceptions and hallucinations, do try to overcome those. You need not add to the burdens of life by living in a network of lies. Let the truth of actuality itself, seen plainly, raw, things as they are, relieve you from the burdens born of hallucinations.